Let's talk about Barcelona's crazy highlight. Every club that play crazy highlights at some point in some games, they're gonna get found out. Let's talk about highlights. Highlights are really crazy. I saw the Barcelona's game yesterday, and the highlight, it was way too much. They are at the center circle already. It's just really crazy. You ask a lot of defenders. Defenders have to be on their toe every single time when you're playing highline. You can't sleep. You have to wake up every single time because one long ball over you guys, the opponents are going to capitalize on it, especially if they've got forward with pace. I saw Forbes yesterday what he was doing to Barcelona's highline. Club Brugge, they did their homework on Barcelona and their crazy highline. And yesterday, they proved it. They did their homework and it worked. They almost got a winning. For me, that wasn't a foul on Chesney. It wasn't a foul. That was a clear goal. I'm not a believer of highline. I don't like it because it exposes the defenders. Your defenders have to be on pace every single time. They have to be at it every single time. No sleeping, no lacking. Yes, the benefit is there. You get to choke the opposition into their own half. But at the same time, think about the risks. I don't know what Flick was thinking about. That highline is way too much. You need to drop them back further a little bit. Barcelona can play this highline against Liverpool, Manchester City, or Arsenal. They're going to get found out a little. Their attackers going to be licking their lips every single time they play Barcelona because the advantage of highline is way too lower than its disadvantages. Okay? Let me say it that way. The benefit of highline is way lower. So, if you play highline, you are opening your defense and your goalkeeper to a lot of risks. You guys are going to get found out a lot when you're playing a team with pacing wingers and pacing forwards. I don't know what Barcelona needs to do about it, but they need to do something about it because that highline was way too much yesterday. It was totally way too much out of it. They need to drop it back a little bit. They played very well. Barcelona played really good football yesterday, but the highline is the problem. The highline is the problem. You have to think about, when you're thinking about attacking, you have to think about defending also.